questions on a mask? Like I said, Walgreens or any pharmacy, Walmart should have it, and that's all. It comes in the little hard container, like a little plastic container.
Is Wildcat providing that?
Wouldn't that be nice?
No, they will. Yeah.
Let's skip over.
You'll try 3 sets of 2 breaths.
I'm gonna watch them do them,
And you'll
use the
start
mask.
and end each
So you
time
can see
with your
it being
hands
used.
on the mannequin's chest. The first set will go a little slower, but the second 2 should be normal speed. Remember, if the chest doesn't rise after the first breath each time, reposition the mask and give a second breath within 10 seconds. Whoever went last before should already be in position, so get ready and begin. Start out kneeling next to the mannequin with your hands on the chest. Get ready and begin. Put the mask over the mannequin's mouth and nose. Tilt the head and lift the chin while pressing the mask against the mannequin's face. Now that you've got the mask positioned, give 2 breaths while watching for chest rise. After giving the breath, set the mask next to the mannequin's head and go back to the position to give compressions. Let's try once again, but at regular speed. Place the mask and open the airway. Give a breath. Give a breath. Place your hands back on the chest. Let's try one last time. Place the mask and open the airway. Give a breath. Give a breath. Place your hands back on the chest.
Any questions on how they use those? If you get them, they can be washed with regular soap and water. The little top part that you breathe into, a majority of the ones that you buy, that comes as a separate piece. So you can replace those. You can order those separately to replace it. You've used it and you decide, I use it on a stranger, I want to replace it, you can do that. If you get one and the person who you're doing CPR on throws up, you're going to want to take that valve and replace it.
Does it really work like the movies, like when you revive somebody that just wake up?
They'll wake up, they're very groggy, it's not like, hey, I'm awake and now let's go, like they do on there, like they jump up.
When we see
it's
light,
Superman, yes.
that's all right. Hopefully by then,
Yeah,
they'll
most
be
of the time
able
they don't. Most of the time they'll blink their eyes, they'll kind of be open, but they're gonna have no energy. They're not gonna be able to do very much. Sometimes they cannot talk.
Right.
For
And then
right
they will
away.
wonder why they got a broken chest.
Yeah, because if you've done it right and they have it reversed, they can be in pain.
Yeah, cause you know on TV, like, you know,
Yeah.
they give them and they up.
They jump up and run and shoot and carry on.
Yeah.
So,
it's TV.
A real good beat me up. You feel bad.
I couldn't think right.
Saving a woman's life. She was pretty good.
Once you've done CPR, especially if you've heard a bone break, don't move them when they do wake up. Try and get them to still stay still and still lay down. They can turn on their side if they want to, but it's gonna hurt. And just wait for the ambulance to come. And if they want to sit up, they can sit up, but they mustn't slouch. They need to try and sit with their back straight. So put them against, if it's outside, put them against the car tire, put them against the wall. They need to be sitting as straight as they can, because if they're broken and any ribs, now you don't want that to puncture their lungs. Any questions?
Remember, if you give a breath and the chest doesn't rise, you need to reopen the airway and reposition the mask to get a better seal. Give another breath and make sure the chest rises this time, interrupting compressions for no more than 10 seconds total. If the chest doesn't rise, begin pushing hard and pushing fast on the chest again. Okay, now let's try putting compressions and giving breaths with a mask together. We're going to practice along with the video, just like we did before. And again, if you were the last to practice, then stay in place, since you'll go first. This time, we're going to do 2 sets of 30 compressions and 2 breaths. This is the ratio you'll use to give effective CPR. Remember to push straight down at least 2 inches at a rate of at least 100 compressions per minute. Push hard and push fast. After each compression, let the chest come back up to its normal position. When giving breaths, tilt the head and lift the chin while pressing the mask against the person's face. It's important to make an airtight seal between the person's face and the mask while you lift the chin to keep the airway open. You should start out kneeling next to the mannequin with your hands in place to give compressions. So, get into position, get ready, and begin.
Hard. So, I'm pausing it for one reason. We can just watch this, watch them do it with the mask. But at the end of this all, you have to be able to do compressions and give breaths and be able to do it effectively to be able to say that you can do CPR. So, like I was telling Miles, instead of now just watching them do this, if you start practicing, I can start checking people off with, yes, you can do it, so then you don't have to do it after. Otherwise, after, you each have to still do it again. Makes sense? So we use this as part of a check off at the same time and a practice.
So I gotta do my homework.
You wouldn't have to, you can just lean over that area, but not actually do a breath. But the main point is to see that you can go from compressions, move your head, give 2 breaths, and go back to giving compressions within that 10 seconds, no more than 10 seconds. So that's an important part of that.
2 breaths, 30 compressions.
30
10
compressions.
seconds.
10 seconds in between.
Got it. In between the compressions and the breath. No.
Yeah, so when you stop compressions and you go to give breaths, you only have 10 seconds to go there, give 2 breaths.
Oh, don't
and
wait
come
10
back.
seconds. You only got 10
You
seconds.
only have 10
Okay,
seconds.
got it.
And the main reason for that 10 seconds is after 10 seconds, the blood flow you already have going from your compressions you just finished stops. Now you gotta start again to get the blood starting to move. So if you can do it within that 10 seconds, your blood flow is still going, things can still happen for the person.
Okay.
Okay? Everybody ready? I think they jumped right into it. I'm gonna give you a chance. Wanna do that? Play. And then just count to yourself. You wanna count yourself to yourself for the 30 compressions.
I don't sound like that song.
Now, open the airway and give 2 breaths with a mask. Repeat.
See, that was 8 seconds. That's good. Good job. Went right back into it. Very good. So that was this. If you counted the seconds, you guys were done. Within 6 seconds, you'd all given your breaths and were ready to go back to compressions. And that's great. That's what you're supposed to do.
All right, that 4 second play with it.